Hello my friends, welcome back for today's shave, which is brought to us by Proraso. It's in a tube that's over there and I don't want to go back and get it. And our razor today is a Dubl Duck Goldedge. A nice razor. Let's get started. Got some interesting history to talk to you about today. Real kind of, I don't know if it's in the weeds or not, but it's stuff that maybe movies could be made of. I don't know. It's also goes around this fella named Benjamin Hichborn. We'll call it the Hichborn affair. Sounds pretty cloak and dagger, doesn't it? Well, Hichborn was a lawyer in Boston from a kind of a well-to-do family, and he was a courier. He carried letters back and forth, mostly between John Adams and his wife Abigail, and maybe some other people. But what happened was, he was going from Boston to somewhere in Rhode Island, I think. Anyway, his ship was boarded by the British, and some letters, I'm not sure what letters were, that's not been recorded real good. This is a little bit kind of, like I said, this is a little bit in the weeds of history, not much. When the ship was boarded, whatever he was carrying, of course, it got seized, and he was arrested as a spy. Dun 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 dun. Well, interesting thing about this time, because remember, not a lot happening yet. I guess you can call this kind of an ambiguous time in the history, because we're not really in a completely open rebellion yet. We haven't declared independence yet. And the British are trying to play it down a little bit, I think. So here they have this rebel spy, and they're keeping him in jail in Boston. And George Washington, maybe he was carrying stuff for him. I don't know. This capture, just because they boarded a ship, and British were really kind of stepping all over themselves now, because they're in that phase in a relationship where you can't do anything right, so anything they do is gonna make somebody mad, and it's gonna end up going down the road to 1776. So what happened was, George started picking up loyalists, just arresting them and calling them spies and keeping them in jail. And so George and Thomas Gage, who's the general in Boston, George was hinting at a prisoner exchange. So, like, some of these loyalists, I will let them go in exchange for this Ben Hichborn. The problem was, from the British point of view, if they exchange prisoners and call it a prisoner exchange, declares Hichborn a prisoner of war. And they're not really want to be at war yet. We're still kind of unfriendly, chasing rebels, and not really knowing who all is the rebels. And well, it was a pretty tense time. Scene got tense, but sitting across the table, I reckon, Thomas Gage, British general, he gave in and said, okay, we'll make a prisoner exchange. Be real careful, I still have that little bit of leftover owie there. So we got a prisoner exchange out of this, and so it kind of set precedent how prisoner exchanges were going to work. Because that's how prisoner exchanges work is important when actual war starts coming out. Because it's a gentlemanly thing to do. I thought that was really interesting. I hadn't delved super deep into that until yesterday. But spies and cloak and dagger stuff is always fun, and it makes the war, these war stories, I'm sure there are more spy stories. Maybe I'll start hunting for some. Pretty good shave with the gold duck. Only 2 passes. It's kind of late in the day. It's 2 in the afternoon, so I don't really have to go anywhere. It's a great shave, though. Alum showing no problems. Tell you what, let's kill this bottle of let's kill this bottle of Thayer's. There's only about that much in there. Dang, that's a lot. I may have to, there may be another shade in here. Yes, that will do. And Proraso is kind of their mentholated product. Good stuff. Classic. So, great shave today. Thank you so much for bearing with me. It makes me think of James Bond movies. I may go watch one this afternoon. I'm Major Rich. You may find me at theshavingcodger.com. You might be finding me on my YouTube channel, Safety Cat Studios. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe if you're so inclined. Share this with anybody you think might like this kind of content. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.